You. Yeah, we're just here. We're getting set up for today's live stream. Um, yeah, just in a space. Don't know what that space is or what I'm really feeling, but hey, we're here. We're gonna make it happen one way or another. No complaints. Yeah, let's just make sure we're live on all of the things. You know how that goes. I got my smoothie. It's a bit off-screened at the moment, but and let's open up ground control. Mm, 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 mm. That is a good smoothie. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just gonna take a moment to be here, to be present. You know how that goes. Let me make sure I join the live for Instagram on my phone, so that way I can see whatever feed is popping up there, just in case. Although it's been a little inconsistent in, you know, whether it shows all of the information or not. But that just is what it is. All right, we got ground control up. We are going to pop open Splice here in a moment. We are on day, where's my little calendar? We are on day 24, so shout out to the 24th of February. Shout out to those that have birthdays in the month of February. I don't know what all of the zodiac, you know, how that aligns on the schedule, but shout out to whoever's born in February. All right, let's bring this over here. And yeah. Let's see. And check on now. Let's see if I can pop open the chat just to make sure that I'm seeing everything. There we go. All right, cool. Okay, we are here. We are good. I am dual wielding today. I have not just a smoothie, but a nice cup of tea. Alternating back and forth between the hot and the cold, just because why not, you know? Now what really happened was I made a cup of tea and I got distracted. Like, and what's crazy is I was still in the kitchen. I was sitting in the kitchen just chilling right next to the cup of tea and completely forgot that I made the cup of tea. Which is kind of hilarious, you know. But yeah, I forgot I made the cup of tea. And then I was like, yeah, let me make a smoothie. And I start the process for making the smoothie. And then as I turn around to grab the cinnamon out of the cabinet, I see that my cup of tea was still just kind of sitting there. And so I was like, oh, I forgot about that. And so I poured it into a pot so that I could reheat the tea. And then I reheated the tea as my smoothie was being blended. So that's why I have both my tea and my smoothie for today's session. And we're going to utilize that. We're going to keep all of the fuel, right? We got a little bit of the caffeine with this is the yeah, shout out to my little guy, little W there. This is peppermint green tea with a little bit of oat milk and small tablespoon of maple syrup. And then we got the full blender. I've already started sipping a little bit. This was maybe about 55 ounces today. But yeah, we're here. We're about to cook up per usual. And, just continuing to trust the process, continuing to lean into the art or the experience of it all, and reminding myself who I'm doing it for, what I'm doing it for. I think that with everything going on, as the world is, it's a little crazy. Showcase the shirt. Future proof, right? Shout out to my dog. Made a dope tee with this one. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of here today. I'm just kind of here. And I'm going to get into the creation process here in a second. But just, y'all know how it can be sometimes. When things fall apart. But to a degree, it's like there's no one to blame but yourself. Because sometimes you create the monsters by looking away. You think that something is bigger than it is, and so you let it have a little power over you. Peace and blessings, Kino. Appreciate you popping in. We're just here. We're getting started. We are about to create a brand new song every day for the month of February. If you're over on YouTube, there's a playlist that I have called FF'25, where you can go and listen to all of the songs that I've created thus far for this month. And so now, in day 24, we're about to get back to the cook-up. Yesterday, my bro D-Lo rode through, and man, that was an inspired session. Very inspiring, very fun. He cooked up some heat, made it, easy for me, honestly. I was actually able to write 2 verses. What's up, Bahar? Peace and blessings. How's it going? So yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. We're gonna get into some music making today. Just taking a moment to let people trickle in, and also just kind of giving myself a moment to just kind of pace myself into the flow of what today looks like. And yeah, let's see. Let me close out of that. Let me make sure I create my folder for today. As I said, we are on day 24. Yesterday, we had a song, and I called it Right There. Today, we have no clue what the song will be. So I'm just going to give the folder a blank name, like I usually do, until the time comes. 24. And then over on my iPad, I'll start getting the project ready, because we are utilizing Logic Pro on the iPad. Bahar, can I guess what country you are from? Bahar. Is it in the Middle East? Is it a Middle Eastern country or South Asia? That's going to be my guess. First is the Middle East. Second guess is South Asia. Let's see. Sample stems. Yeah, let's go ahead and duplicate this project here. Project. And we'll drag this right over in here. Let's get that file renamed. Don't worry, I'll share the screen with y'all in a second here. All right. Nice. Well, thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm chilling. I ain't nothing too cool. Thank you, Sanjit. Yeah, been growing the hair for a little while now, so that's pretty fun. It was actually longer for some time. I actually trimmed it. Psycho Gaming TV. We got another from Iran in the building. Nice. Thank you. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Bahar, for the love on the hair. You know, I wouldn't say I need to do another like trim of the sides and a retwist and all that, but I'll get to it. I started the month out with a fresh retwist, but now we're like 24 days in of like just consistent music making. So the hair has been not the the focus. I'm not from Iran. Palestine. Oh, nice. Palestine in the building. Peace and blessings. Let me see. Where is what I'm looking for? Here we go. We want Splice. We want to get Splice opened up. And I'm going to share my screen here with y'all in a second while we start going through some of these samples. What would I have to be racist for? And I mean, in regards to anything, I don't. Do y'all see me? I'm black as hell. Like, the world is crazy enough as it is for me. I'm sure it's crazy enough as it is for y'all. Like, I ain't got no time for all that. But at the same time, like, I don't. What's the word over this channel? What up, really, dude? So essentially, what we're about to get into, I'm about to create another song. This is day 24. This is day 24 in February, in the month of February, where I've been creating a brand new song every day for the month of February. And actually, I'm going to pop over and show y'all that playlist. Let me see if I go to my channel here and view your channel. And pop this open real quick. Y'all can see. Whoops. Bring this to the center screen, please. There we go. I'm currently live, both vertically and landscape, just to give people that option. But here, I have a playlist called FF'25. So if you're on YouTube, this is the playlist you want to pop in and see, right? So FF'25, and you open up this playlist, you will see a song that I created every single day this month. And, I gave them some interesting titles, hopefully, for the SEO or the algorithms, however it is, right? But the individual song titles themselves are in the description. But yeah, the goal here is to just exercise my lyrical ability. I am a hip hop artist, I'm a lyricist, and I do a bit of music production. So like, as y'all can see over on this side, I have I got my Launchpad, my MK3 Launchpad, where I, do a little bit of finger drumming and, tapping in some MIDI notes for music and all of that. But I'm not primarily an instrumentalist or a music or like a musician per se, right? But what I do pride myself on and what I do exercise is my lyrical ability. So yeah, like Kendrick Lamar, for those who brought up Not Like Us, right? And fun fact, Kendrick, I actually have them sitting right here. Y'all see that? K. Lamar. So back in the day, Kendrick Lamar was performing at a concert and had these pair of signed Kendrick Lamar Beats headphones, and he personally handed those to me after he saw me like rapping his I Am interlude from the Kendrick Lamar EP. So that was dope. That was a moment for me for sure. Felt like he passed the torch. But nah, I'm still like, I'm a decade in, but I still feel like I'm pretty much early in the game. But, and Sanjit, I hope I just answered your question in that regard. Whether Kendrick or Drake, it's Kendrick all day, in my opinion. I think I've never seen a man drinking straight from the mixer. This is like, yeah, I do this all the time. Like, this is basically going to be my meal for the day. Not even going to lie to you. But yeah, we're gonna let me see. I'm gonna pop over into MK3. Yeah. Psycho Gaming TV. You already know. The MK3, man. What I love about this one is that it's like super thin and can just like slide into a book bag pretty easy. All right, there was a sample that I heard yesterday that who was Drake again? Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Yeah, there was a sample that I found yesterday that I know I wanted to return to, but I just gotta remember which pack it was in. Let me see. And I don't even have like a live pack right now on Splice, but I do have sounds that I downloaded previously. This is the one, I think. Let's see. Sorry if that was a little loud. This is an interesting sample sound that I might utilize for today. One of the sounds, at least. We'll see. I don't know. Depends. Wavy future. That was a cool sample, right, Sanjay? Let me see. I got some others in this other pack that I haven't checked out yet. Okay. Interesting. That's a peculiar one. I am God. What up? When you say BP and WS, I don't know what you mean. Feel free to elaborate. These are the what are these? Yeah, Bayer Dynamic, the DT770 Pro. They're the closed back ones. They have some open back ones, but I got the closed back. Is he saying fiber? Like, oh, and genre is mostly hip hop. I'm a lyricist, so it's gonna end up being hip hop in some way, shape, form, or fashion. When are black people okay going? And then what is WS? I don't know what that one is. How are you streaming vertically and horizontally simultaneously? Great question. Oh, white supremacist. Oh, okay, makes sense. So I'm streaming horizontally and vertically by using OBS, and there is a plugin called the Atom Multistream. And then from there, what I did inside of YouTube was I went to where you can schedule a live stream. Hey, what's up, David? Peace and blessing. I went into where you can schedule a live stream, and then I scheduled two separate live streams, and underneath the stream key settings, I created an additional stream key and just named it vertical, so I know, that it's a separate stream key than my standard layout, my horizontal one. And then I took both of those stream keys into OBS inside of the Atom vertical or the Atom multi-stream plugin. And yes, there is also an additional plugin called the Atom vertical plugin that allows you to have separate stream keys for vertically formatted video content. And so that's how I ended up doing it. But yeah, back to that. Yeah, when are they gonna be honest enough to admit that the largest race hate groups in the U.S. are black? Like they outnumber every. So that's peculiar. I don't know why a number has anything to do with any of that, but like, I'm not sure. What do you mean by being the largest race hate group being black? I don't think I get it or understand. Like what's the direction of the like what is the reasoning for the comment, and like what is your solution per se? Like what is it that you're trying to convey with that message? Yeah, and then let's see, what do we say? David, a day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break the bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. This day we fight for Frodo. That's hilarious. Y'all are priceless. All right, let's keep listening to these samples. That one's basically a full song on its own. Nice, thank you. I appreciate that, really, dude. Yeah, no, I think you'll really enjoy some of the tracks that we were able to put together from this month for sure. Definitely go back and check out that playlist, the FF'25 one. I personally feel like I was dropping some bars this month. I do sometimes get a little, well, I'll say that people who listen to my music would kind of put me more in the category of conscious rap over like trap music or anything like that, but that just is what it is. I did poetry and spoken word back in college, and I was writing lyrics before then, heavily inspired by artists like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Kanye West at a time. I guess I have to preface that at this point. Um, Nas, who else? Mick Jenkins is another one. Rex Life Raj, Russ, La Russell, Big Crit, um, Sci-Hi the Prince is another one. Schoolboy Q, Absol, of course. Lupe Fiasco, of course. Common, of course. Right. I feel like I used that sample before. Yeah, I definitely used that sample before. Rip to Pac. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pac is another one. I used that sample before. Yeah, okay, I used all of those, I think. Eastern Dusk. Aida and Abilities, a Minnesota rapper from back in the day. Nice. No, I haven't heard of Aida, I don't think. Idea. Oh, Idea. Ha, that's dope. I hadn't heard of Idea. I'll go back and check them out at some point. Let me write it down so I don't forget. Or I'll type it in my little mini note. How do I open that thing anyway? Side notes. I got this app for a reason and just barely use it. I'm trying to remember how to open it. Oh, there it goes. Quick note. Idea. Cool. There it goes. Would you support a white supremacist if his music was good? Uh, well, that's a. I feel conflicted by that question because the way that the music industry works, I don't even have to support a white supremacist music to support a white supremacist, if that makes sense, right? Like, even in me liking and supporting the black artists that I know and appreciate, I am in some way, shape, form, or fashion inevitably supporting a white supremacist by nature of the way that the system was designed. So it's kind of a awkward question to ask. But I mean, I don't like one thing I will say about myself, like I appreciate the arts. I'm an artist myself, and there is to a certain degree a level of um, appreciation that one can attribute directly to the artistry itself, separate from the artist. And I also think that it is fair for someone to decide not to be a patron of an artist because their views are completely separate, right? Like they have a completely separate set of values and ideals and the ways in which they perceive the world. So I think it's fair for people to not want to support or patron an artist simply because of those things, while also at the same time being able to acknowledge that, okay, cool, they have potentially created a catalyzing piece of art, or they have created a remarkable piece of art. And when I say remarkable, I mean that it is worth remarking upon, right? So, say for instance, like if this white supremacist artist, right, created a piece of work, right, that was uh, inherently vulnerable, very directly speaking to their own experiences, right? Was very authentic in its nature. I think it would be fair to remark upon that artwork as being something, you know, intriguing or fascinating or enjoyable to have digested, right? Even if it was controversial, even if it was something that was a bit abrasive to me, right? Um, and so that's how I see it. I don't know what you mean by but you support Kendrick Lamar. But anyway, I'm gonna keep listening to these samples. I used those before. Mm-hmm. I used that one back in 2021. But yeah, again, like I said, I think it's fair for people to um support and appreciate artistry separate from any values that may or may not be in full alignment with the artists themselves. And I think that it is completely fair for individuals to choose whether or not they do or do not want to support an artist based on any values that they have associated with, or with that individual or not. For me, I don't particularly see things that way, right? Like, I used that one before. And I think Kanye West is another great example of that. Like, I think his artistry is phenomenal, but values are the things that he, parrots and, kind of pushes into the world. Like, yeah, it's controversial and it is not necessarily the most in alignment with my own values or in alignment with the ways that I would perceive or go about addressing certain issues or whatever it is, right? But regardless of the case, I genuinely respect anyone who is just genuinely true to their nature. I've had conversations with friends about that before. Like, I would rather, you know, have a fascinating conversation with a white supremacist that was just like, oh yeah, this is who I am, this is how I perceive the world, and this is what I'm uh, you know, this is why I'm perceiving things in the way that I'm perceiving, versus me talking to a white person that is disguising their true intent. If you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, I think it's like admirable for people to be open and honest about who they truly are and how they truly feel, right? Regardless if that position is in opposition to my existence, right? Um, because that transparency and that clarity is insightful. Like, would you not at least feel comfortable knowing that you were surrounded by enemies rather than thinking you were surrounded by friends, right? Like, imagine that. Like, you live in a society where, you're just around a bunch of people that are purporting to be your friends or your biggest advocate or people that swear they want to help you, but behind the scenes, they're doing everything plotting against you, right? Like, and so that's how I see it. You don't have a problem supporting someone who advocates. What's the word support? Where is that coming from? Because what does it mean to support someone who advocates white slavery? Who is advocating white slavery to begin with? Let's see. I am God popped into the chat with nothing but the controversies. That's the topic. Living, that's the Little did you know. Little did you know. My line name is Controversy, so I appreciate that, really, dude. Kendrick is not advocating white slavery. And even if he was, you really think we would be able to implement white slavery? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, the problem with systemic racism and any of the racism that people talk on, MVP, what's up? He said, what's going on here? Hey, I appreciate you popping in. I didn't even realize that my live to X was genuinely working, so I'm glad to see that it is. Um, but yeah, so I'm multi-streaming right now. We have Instagram Live, we have Kick, we have Twitch, and we also have YouTube going at the same time. And there is a chat going on in the YouTube thread at this moment, where basically, questions are popping up about Kendrick being an Israelite and Kendrick advocating for white slavery, and the contrast between my choice in supporting Kendrick Lamar and how that might be paralleled to me supporting a white supremacist, right? And so, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with yeah. I'm thinking of making a live here, so don't mind. So I don't mind. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, it's hard work to get a live stream going, so I respect the hustle. But yeah, I don't understand how Kendrick proclaiming that he's an Israelite directly equates to him saying that he supports white slavery. So I think that that's a bit of an egregious uh like reach.
Living, that's the topic.
And MVP over on X at the same time. That conversation unfolded just kind of on its own. But what I'm actually up to is I'm creating a brand new song every day for the month of February. So primarily, I'm a lyricist. I am not a politician. I am not, you know, any of those things. Um, but what I do is music, and it's my passion, it's my joy. I've been creating a brand new song every single day this month, and we are now on day 24. And so on my YouTube channel, there's a playlist called FF'25 where you can go back and listen to all of the songs that I've created thus far for this month. White slavery is a real thing. Um, White slavery, black slavery, whatever, it's slavery. Right? Slavery is a thing, period, right? And so what people have to recognize and understand is that there are more slaves today than there have been in history, right? That's not black Americans. Maybe it is because of the, we want to talk about the prison industrial complex, but hey, I don't have to get into that conversation, but like it's slavery all across the world, right? Like in all countries, in the underbellies of certain societies, there's slavery going on in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So,
Had to get it back.
oh, that's a cool sample.
I-
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm God. What up, Mini Tank? I'm just yapping, honestly. I'm not supposed to be. We're just here to create some music, honestly. They hopped in the chat with some crazy conversation topics, and I kind of egged on the controversy a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Sometimes it's best for me to just keep my mouth shut and focus on what I do best, which is be a lyricist. The YouTube people are currently white people are currently the slaves to the choices they made. It's hard to scream law and order when they breed chaos. Oh, that's real. Well, yeah. Well, there's a thought, and I understand where you're coming from. Yep, exactly. Psycho gaming, you get it, you get it. And my bad, I just realized that I don't have the like on my horizontal feed. They're seeing the chat thread from X come in, but not on my vertical feed. So I'm gonna pull that one in so that y'all can see that too. Boom. All right. Now that may overlap with your own chat threads. I'm not exactly sure how that'll pop up for y'all, but at least y'all will be able to see a little bit of it when it pops in. Um, average unemployed food stamps abuser. That's hilarious. I wish I had food stamps to abuse. That would be nice. Okay. Let's see. That's an interesting one. Let me go back to this one. Let's see. Okay. I don't really care for that one. Let's keep exploring a little bit. Let's see. Future Soul. Did I use? I think I checked this pack out already. Let me see. Ooh. You technically don't need multiple monitors. But I do have multiple monitors, or I have my laptop screen, and then I have an additional monitor, and then I have an older device, and I'm utilizing those two additional devices as separate monitors. But you don't particularly need them to do the multiple streaming to multiple platforms. But it does make it easier for like separating like the screen that you might want to share versus content or information that you yourself might want to be keeping an eye on behind the scenes, etc. I really like this sample right here. This might be the one for today. Sheesh. Yeah, what you're seeing, well, MVP on X, you're seeing it landscape, right? And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I could probably also run a vertical live stream to X, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how X handles vertical live streams. But so I have a vertical lay. Actually, let me see if I can share this screen with y'all so you can see what I'm talking about. It might get a little recursive here, so just bear with me for a moment. So here you can see, and here, let me just switch that screen so that it's not doing the recursive thing. But here you should be able to see my OBS setup. And so you can see I have a landscape view and I have a vertical view. And then I have multiple streams here up in the top. And like this is just like my Twitch information right here. And so I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and X. And then I'm also streaming to Instagram and YouTube vertically. So Instagram and YouTube are getting this vertical view here. And then Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and X are receiving this landscape view. And I can switch to these different scenes, right? And that will change across platforms based on, you know, how I've gotten it set up. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, let's get back to that sample. Let me actually I need to switch scenes anyway. We're about to switch over to the so the answer to my first question is not today. I don't even remember what your first question was, bro. My bad. All right, let's see. This is in the whoa. That's an interesting sound. This is the one that I want. So we're gonna plug me with a quick how to sometime this week. Definitely wouldn't mind paying for your time. Oh, thank you, MVP. Yeah, for sure. I do have consulting hours and stuff like that. I typically do other tech related work, like I'm technically a certified Notion consultant, and I've done graphic design for like over a decade now. But yeah, just shoot me a DM and then we'll talk about it. And we'll see what we can work out. All right. But yeah, here on Splice, I'm going to look for that pack, and we got the Future Soul 3. Cool, and that one was a loop. I think that's the melody loop. Let's see if it's the 80. Oh, Sorry, I'm pushing that audio through to y'all. I need that out here. Yep, that's the one we want. So let's drag that into the project, get that on the drum machine designer, and start seeing what we could chop up, huh? Pull this into the scene a little bit. Right? Exactly. Don't even need too much, right? Sometimes just a little kick, a little like hi-hat, something. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see. All right. So let's, and y'all let me know if that sometimes the iPad does not like showing the screen clearly for some reason, but yeah, I'm making the beats too. So I had prefaced the live stream by saying I am primarily a lyricist, yet at the same time I like creating the beats because it gives me an opportunity to create the canvas upon which my artistry will truly shine, right? And yeah, of course, it's just another way to keep things in-house. It's not that I am closed to working with other producers. I've done that before. Even yesterday's live stream, I had my boy D-Lo in here where he cooked up a beat on the spot. And that's what I used for day 23. So definitely when you go to check out that playlist on my YouTube, you'll see the song that I was able to come up with for that session. But yeah, I like producing the songs myself as well. I'm not an instrumentalist, but I will sit here and figure it out. There are a few viewers that are willing to sit here with me through that entire process because sometimes I'm just noodling around. But it's definitely I've gotten some really great results over the course of just remaining persistent and consistent in showing up and finding that sound. Chaotic dubstep, what up? Peace and blessings. Good to see you again. So we found our sample for today, and I'm just getting to the part of chopping it up and figuring out what we're gonna do with it. But it's a great sound. I'm gonna change that to one voice, and let me see if this whoops, sorry y'all. I did not mean to do that. There we go. Let me know if that view is working for y'all and if the iPad screen is showing up clearly. Yeah, no, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. Let me just. Drop down the decay a little bit, or the sustain of it. Let me see. That's at 82. About 80. Yeah, nah, this one's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. That was a good sample find. Now let me see. I'm gonna just play around with it to see what other sounds can come out of it. This is reversed. Okay, not really much there in the reversing of it. Let me see what happens if I pitch it down. That sounds crazy because it's like layered. Uh-oh. Yep, one of those live streams just folded for whatever reason. I think it was Instagram. Instagram does not like me. Let's see. I wonder if it will let me push another live stream to Instagram. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. Otherwise, I might just have to pull it up directly on my phone and they will get a completely different view than what y'all are getting. Let's see. I don't know if it'll let me, oh no, it will. Let me see. It'll let me change the stream key, but I don't know if it'll let me resubmit the stream while I'm live, so. Okay, well, that's good to know. Are most viewers on YouTube watching through vertical? I wonder if that's how people usually find their way to my YouTube. That's pitched down. I wonder what happens if I speed it up. Let me see. Interesting. Okay. Let me pitch it down more. Let me see. Ooh. Let me see if I can get it to follow the tempo and see. Okay, it's out of sync with the tempo itself. Is that 8? It's because it's not at a exact interval. Let me, if I were to change it to 160 and then put the speed at 1, let's see. It's close, but it's still off. Okay, well, good to know. Put this back at around 140. Let me unsync it with the tempo. Bring this down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna cut out some of those low frequencies. Let's put an EQ on this. Put it back in. Let me roll record it. Let it run. That should be good. And then let me drop some drums in here just to kind of see what we get. Ooh. Okay. Let me just recall that and see what was good in there. I think it's trying to quantize it. Okay, let me re-record that real quick. Let me see. Something like that. Oops, did not mean to drag that all the way over there. I'll just drag this out here. And then pull this in. Yeah. I think it's a triplet. Yeah, it's a triplet. Alright, I'm gonna take out the metronome and then start fixing up some of this. wondering if there's any more that I might want to add to it, or feel like I could add to it. And even this has to be checked for the drop. Get these locked in. Alright, word. Let's see. Yeah, so we just locking in those MIDI notes. Make sure they're... And I have to do this manually sometimes because I'm using Logic Pro on the iPad, and it's not consistent with the quantization. So like even if you have the quantization set and you think it's gonna line up perfectly with like a given interval, it doesn't always do it. So I just go back through myself just to make sure everything is locked in for real. And run that back. Now let's get back into the drums. And then once I get the drums locked in, I'll determine, whether I feel like it needs something else. And needs is a strong word. Maybe just if I feel like adding anything additional. And also, let me not forego the opportunity to also just check what this might sound like if I were to pitch it up, because I didn't do that. I pitched it down 4 notes, but let me see what happens if I pitch it up 3 or 4. Let me go to 3 or 4. 4. Now it sounds like a completely different song. This is 3. Yeah. That 4 down was just such a sweet spot, in my opinion. That's locked in. Is the whole thing shifted? I feel like it might have. Yeah, I think it is, or at least shifted more than it originally was intended to be. Right? Start shifting here. Let me see if I get all of this. Triple 8. See, like it didn't even oh, it's supposed to be triple 8 here. And this is like late by a whole note. There we go. So yeah, I think everything was shifted down a little bit. It's all good. We're gonna get it locked in. That's all that matters. That we get it locked in. Okay, this one's late by a whole. There we go. That's what it's thrown off a lot of them. The snares have been... Let's lock these in. Wow, that sounded crazy. Let's see if I put it at 1/4 note. Will it actually do what it needs to do? What was that? Oh, this one up here. We love it. We love it. It's getting there. It's gonna take its time, but it'll get there. It's gonna get there. Yeah, see? That's this one up here. And these are probably on, what is that, 164? These are definitely on eighth of some sort, or like a triplet, I mean. Not 32. Yeah, we're gonna get it locked in. Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes with the music, it's a war of attrition. Very soulful sample. Appreciate you, Weeda Sauce. We just doing what's necessary to get these drums locked in. I free-handed the drums per usual. Now we just getting the MIDI lined up. I don't know if this is right. Yeah, I feel like this is just a little early. Or a little late, huh? Yeah, a little late. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make all of these. I'm gonna bring down the velocity on all of those notes. Maybe make them like 68. Yeah, that's a lot better. There's some nice little accent notes at the top, you know? This seems out of place. Let me see. No, not too much. There you go. This wasn't deliberate, so let's make those deliberate alternating notes a full 127. Let me see. Maybe not a full 127. Maybe like 90. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm likely going to go back in and do another alternating part with the sample, just to kind of give it some differentiation, you know? Yeah, it's from Splice. But I pitched it up. So the original sample sounds like this. Or I pitched it down. This was the original sample, which also sounds great. And then I pitched it down by 4, and then was just playing around with it, right? Oops. Didn't mean to hit that other one. But yeah, that's basically what I did. Yeah. And for whatever reason, my live stream on Instagram went out. So I'm gonna just bring them back on my phone. At least let them get in on a little piece of the action. I can't just let y'all have all the fun. Peace and blessings again, IG. Had to bring y'all back in on a different view because unfortunately the live stream through OBS, wasn't holding it down like it needed to. So I got Instagram back on the live feed. We are live on Kick, Twitch, YouTube on this side. Thank you, Johnny D. Definitely appreciate it. It's just a nice little sample that I found. And, it's got a good feeling to it. So I'm looking forward to rapping on this one for the day. Just creating a quick little sample, chopping up some samples, laying the drums. And yeah, really about to create something interesting, Live here on IG as well as YouTube, Instagram. Sorry, IG, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. That's what's happening. But yeah. And X. Shout out to X if I'm still live on X. Because sometimes it also fails like Instagram for whatever reason. Where was I when I stopped working on it? It was, okay. All of this is locked in. Not this. That needs an adjustment. Locked in. Is the screen clear for y'all? The iPad screen? Hope the iPad screen is clear. Sometimes it's not. Awesome. Appreciate that, Johnny D. Yeah. And just another reminder for those that don't know, it is day 24. Day 24 of creating a brand new song every day for the month of February. Let me go ahead and leave my little guy in the picture here. Right? So we are 24 days in to creating a brand new song every day for the month of February. For those who want to check out the previous drops, I have a playlist on my YouTube called FF'25. It's one of the first categories on my channel. So definitely check that one out where you can go back and you can listen to the performance recordings of each song that I've done every day this month. Yeah. Oh, and I guess I should throw in the obligatory, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Yeah. Let me see where that's at. This feels a little... There you go. Lock this one in. That one's out of place, but we're gonna get to it. Cool, cool. Let's see what this is. Okay, cool. That sounds good. I appreciate that, Johnny D. Yeah, and to be honest, this isn't even my first time doing it. Like I've actually I've done the February Flows series before. This year's called Forever Flows. But in previous years, I started in 2019, and I've actually released 2019 and 2020s as full bodies of work on all major streaming platforms. So you can go to wildenfree.music and find links to all of my streaming platforms. And that's Wild E-N Free, the way that it's spelled here on my channel. But yeah, I did it 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. And then I took a break for 23 and 24. Now returning for 2025 for this experience. And this time around, I added the addition of live streaming. Peace and blessings, Beatrice. I'm doing well. How's everything going? Thank you, Johnny D. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah. We're just cleaning up the drums. We found our sample for the day already. We're just making sure those MIDI notes are locked in. And I don't know if this one needs too much, but you know, I still feel like I might want to play around with it a little bit more after this, but we'll see. There we go, yeah, that's locked in. Yeah, that's clean. I love this one. This one's nice. Ah, thank you, Beatrice. Always appreciate your support. Thank you for being in here. This one could be a little earlier. There you go. That's locked in. That's locked in. You know it when you hear it. I'm telling you. Just gotta trust the intuition. You gotta trust the intuition on this process, you know. Y'all feel free to chime in with any questions if you have or any considerations. Ooh-wee. Beatrice. Shooting them shots. I ain't mad at you. Wouldn't that be an international phone call? And thank you for the compliments on the hair. I appreciate that for sure. Ooh, ooh. Okay, this one's, I think, just off. There you go. Pull this up to this here. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate that. We like that energy around here, you feel me? You gotta go for what you want in life. Is that here? Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Well, for those that know, I got I don't have the stickers around here, but those that know my music, they know my ad lib. Well. Let me get this locked in still. Let me get this locked in still. Yeah, let's see. Word, respect it. Big ups. What part of Africa? Africa's doing big things right now, y'all. Y'all don't sleep on Africa. I love to see my people doing it for real. Well, as much as I can say my people, I was born in America. Separated from the diaspora a long time ago. Wasn't by choice. But I love all people, you know what I'm saying? I love our people, and I love all people. And I wish the world were a better place. But, per usual, that's wishful thinking. We the sauce. Well. I feel like this was just a tad slow. Let me just up just a little bit. No. Oh, I think it's back that I want. There you go. Now I want this. That's exactly where I want it. This is off. Let me get the sample back in here. Where the sample? Okay. Yeah. What's going on? Okay, yeah, these is off. What's happening here? I see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's locked in. That little part I'll fix. We'll get to it though. Yo, what up, brethren? Good to see you, man. We just over here cooking up, chopping up some samples, adjusting the MIDI on these drums. And it's sounding pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm having a good time with it. A little quick cook up today. I don't even know if this one needs too much, honestly. I just have the sample itself and then the drums. And I was just saying, for the sake of the experience, I might play around with the sample a little bit more just because. Just to see what other kind of, hey, tuned in at the office. That's what we love to see. I'm sitting here with this big ass smoothie. I had the live feed running through my OBS earlier, but for whatever reason, sorry, I don't know how well the audio is translating, but like, I had it running through my OBS, and then for whatever reason, Instagram just decided to renege the stream key or something. I don't know what caused it to do that, but we're still here. We're still cooking up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get into the writing portion in a second here too. That's gonna be dope. I wonder, I might I might try to grab another stream key and push it back through the OBS so that way, you know, Instagram is getting the full experience too. Okay, cool. Thanks for confirming the audio on that as well. But yeah, man, you know, been at this every day this month, bro. Just been cooking up. This is now day 24. 23 songs done. Song 24 is in production as we speak. That's the kind of stuff we like to see. That's the way to be. Living so wild and free. Oh, man. Gotta get right with it. Let me see. Alright, getting this MIDI adjusted here. But yeah, I had like the screens being shared and everything like that earlier. We gonna get it back. We gonna get it back. So if I cut the live, I'll return shortly after just so that I can get those screens lined up. And that would be for Instagram and for the vertical on YouTube. So if you're watching on the vertical feed on YouTube, then I might cut that feed, but then I'll bring it back. Just because I want to get Instagram in on the higher quality experience. You feel me? Cam, this the first time you popped into the live stream, bro? If it is, then I definitely gotta do the justice of getting the full stream pushed over to Instagram so that you can experience that. That'll be dope. Let me see. Thank you there, Dennis. Definitely appreciate it. Currently in the cook-up, creating a brand new song every day for the month of February. We are on day 24. And that means that there are 23 songs that I've done already this month. And those are all available on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my page, you can check out the playlist called FF'25. And so, yeah. Oh, nice. Well, respect to you. Godspeed, you know, speaking protection over your experience while you're out there. Not sure how there's Wi-Fi either. Maybe y'all got a Starlink. Johnny D said, I'm pulling a sick day. Leaned up on the couch playing video games and streaming. Oh, man, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Johnny D. For sure. Oh, okay, word. Glad to hear you've been at least catching them a little bit, Cam. That's dope. Let me see. Is that Cam or Spence? Who's running this one? Likely Cam. Let's see. I get this locked in. Yeah, I feel like the drums is pretty locked in. I don't feel like I need to do too much more with that one. Dennis said 2 compounds eliminated, only 1 compound remaining. Let me cover my people. Wait a few minutes. Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty serious situation to be tuning into a live stream. Let me see. I got some spam over here on let me see. We get rid of that pretty quickly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I got a heavy hand when it comes to the yeah, I know damn well Spence don't be on IG. That's exactly exactly why I assumed it was you to begin with. All right. Well, dang. That's intense, Dennis. Dennis over on YouTube is chiming in from Afghanistan and says he's a machine gunner. So in between gunning and covering his people, he's watching my live stream, cooking up some music, and that's something. And yes, I got he said the berry smoothie is doing numbers. Hey, shout out to the berry smoothie. You know what I'm saying? There was a ton of blueberries in this joint, not even gonna lie to y'all. Blueberries, bananas, all the things. But yeah, okay, let me see something. I'm gonna try to get this other stream key to work on Instagram. Dennis, where are you tuning in from? You tuning in from the vertical feed? And maybe Johnny D. Are y'all both watching on the vertical feed? Because if so, I'm gonna say don't go nowhere. Come right back. I'm gonna cut off the feed and then reinitialize it because for whatever reason it's not allowing me to get Instagram in the loop, and I want to get Instagram in the loop. I wish it allowed me to push the live separately, like individually. Dang. In the heat of warfare. On the live stream. Let me see if I could do it this way. Hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah, no, it's not letting me. So that means okay, bet. Thank you, Johnny D. Thanks for that confirmation. I'm gonna refresh the vertical feed. YouTube, the horizontal feed should remain up, so no worries on the horizontal one. But I'll be refreshing the vertical feed and then getting Instagram in the mix. So check back for that live link again, bro, in a second, or that live notification, and I'll be bringing Instagram back into the mix. Okay. And now let's see if Instagram will let me take this. All right, take care, Dennis. Let me see. Stream all vertical. Nola, let me see. Let me end this one. And then I'll bring back. Not